Vortex, I think I should talk about something that is really interesting, and I think it relates to a lot of people and various experiences that they have in relation to their identity. Okay, so I mentioned this in the last video, how I feel like I'm like 65% male, maybe 30 or 70% male, but 30% female. I think that everything's a spectrum. I think that everything, like, you can go in and out of things. And so certain days or certain moments throughout the day, you can really, really go into a particular experience that you have, a thought process, a cluster of feelings that you have about something. This can be good and bad. It seems like in this day and age with our culture, it's very, very bad because people don't know what's happening to them. Now, I'm going to try to explain this in a way that's not hateful, okay? So whenever I'm around a chick and she's like attractive, like I find myself attracted to her. I mentally start really, really regretting my lack of a penis. Like, I have that penis envy that Freud talked about. Now, I do have a theory. I mean, I guess it's not really much of a theory. But it's like, I feel like he was right about that. And only that. I hate Freud. He's a piece of shit. But, so arrogant. Such an arrogant piece of shit. But anyway, he thought that women were always jealous of men and their untouchable penis. It's like women want that so bad. Like, feminists prove that. Feminists prove that. Trans people prove that. But like, trans people also prove that men don't want it. So men have vagina envy too. So people are just not satisfied with what they are. And they long for somebody else's experience. And they think, if I can relate to this experience better, then I can deal with my shit in a better way. It's why it seems like it works at first, and then they realize, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have had surgery. Or started taking pills to like drastically alter my body and my like chemical makeup and everything. You know, I mean, a lot of people are realizing that with antidepressants because they're like literally addicted to them. So there's that. Birth control significantly changes your uterus. It makes it plumb fall out, apparently, if you take enough of it. But I guess that's what they want, right? That's the ultimate birth control right there. No more uterus, right? Well, I don't want to make light of that because it's horrible, but at the same time, they did it to themselves. And I do feel sorry for them. But if you think about it, it's like everything in our culture is just like so anti-human. It's like we're always like altering our bodies and our minds with a bunch of junk that is not good for us. And of course, like if you talk about like the actuality of human experience in relation to the things that they're trying to push, then yeah, that's probably going to be a threat. So that's why I kind of skirt around the issue. So I'm still going to talk about it, but I need to talk about it in a way that people don't deem religious or whatever. Like promoting bigotry. I'm sure that's what I would get accused of, right? Right? Telling somebody to not mutilate their body is now bigotry. But the thing is, like, I don't really tell people that. I mean, I know how they'll react to it. And, you know, there have been plenty of them that have come forward that have, like, detransitioned that talk about that. How when they were going through that whole experience, they, like, just completely cut off anybody that wasn't totally on board with them. So, you know, much like we saw with the Trump era with politics, you know, like I've been talking about the nuanced AI. You know, that's a joke. That could be a really good bit. that I could turn into some Sistine Chapel of comedic brilliance. I could do that with it, but yeah, I feel like most people just don't get it. They don't understand how bad confirmation bias is. And I'm sure a lot of them just ignore the fact that most of society is like that. I shouldn't say most of society. I feel like most of society is addicted to their phones, though. They're not all addicted to them for the same reason, though. So when I talk about this, I'm specifically talking about people that are addicted to social networks that spend a fuck ton of time on, you know, Twitter or X or whatever the fuck. I just want to say Molly. Only a druggie would get that one, okay? Let's see, Twitter, Instagram, Gab, Telegram, Snapchat. I guess Snapchat's an app, isn't it? TikTok's an app. I guess Instagram's an app too, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I was on Instagram for like a couple months, and it just made me so depressed, dude. It made me so fucking depressed. Like, going back to chain smoking. I quit smoking cigarettes immediately when I got off Instagram. It's funny. But it's like my instinct always knows the truth. So my instinct's like, this is bad, don't do it. But then people, sheep, will tell me, no, do this. Do this for your comedy career. Do this because you should fit in with society. Do this because I'm a fucking whiny ass cunt that doesn't want to be your friend, and I want to be able to communicate with you, i.e. share pictures of my stupid ass life in Sedona. And obviously this is personal, okay? It's like, people that like to social network are people that don't want to actually communicate. If somebody doesn't understand why you don't social network, and they're like, why don't you want to do this? It's like, that person is fake and flaky and stupid, and just go out of your way to avoid them. And just thank your lucky stars, or if you believe in God, thank Jesus for turning you away from that piece of shit. Because, yeah, it seems like everybody that is, like, really into the social networks, or, you know, people that are just really, like, arrogant in their viewpoints, they don't understand anybody that just, like, lives a completely different kind of lifestyle. You know, I've really had to accept the fact that everybody in society is like this, and that people are just totally addicted to technology. It's just so depressing, and, like, I have to be the remnant, you know? I have to be that one person that's like, I'm not going along with this, all because everybody else in society goes along with it. Like, that's not a reason to do something. And if you're against it, why would you do it? You know, it's not just about me. It's like, it's about society. Like, looking at society, I'm fucking sickened. So why would I go along with something that makes me sick to my stomach when I see what it does to everybody else? You know, I don't want to gloat, though, like, make it seem like I'm making some kind of sacrifice, because that's not what it feels like to me. Comedy is way more of a sacrifice than anything else. Like, putting my art out there is more of a sacrifice. This channel is a sacrifice. But, like, not having a smartphone, that ain't shit. I don't want a smartphone. And, like, it's just terrible. Like, I just naturally do the opposite of what people do. Like, whatever is popular, whatever people are into, it's just, I usually find it dumb. So, it ain't shit for me to, like, not have something that everybody else has, or not do something that everybody else does, and not be involved in something that everybody else is involved in. Because, like I've said, I've been that person at the party that is in the corner, or, you know, tonight, isolating in my car, not listening to Miles Davis, but just listening to the fucking silence, you know? I literally just, like, sat there and stared. I just looked like a total fucking psychopath. But that's fine, because at least I don't have to socialize, because, yeah, we are social beings, but there are some of us rare birds out here, that want to fly all by ourselves.